we'll move on to to Dorothy Parker by the New York Distilling Company. This is invented by Alan Katz, who was a former Slow Food USA chairman and a cocktail historian, and Tom Potter, who launched Brooklyn Brewery, which is one of the top sort of craft breweries in America. It's a 10,000 square foot distillery, and they've got a very special license called a Farmer's Distiller's License, which is a very old school license. No one else has it. What this means is they can distill and sell from the distillery. So you can rock in here, you can try to distill it, you can buy the gin and work off with it, off premise. You can drink it on premise, you can see it being made, you can take it off premise, because they've signed an agreement that all the grain that they're buying to make the distillate themselves, they're buying from local farmers in the New York, Virginia region. So a very unique place. It's becoming very popular because both of the owners are very passionate about alcohol and gin, and they're always, one of them will be there, so you go in there and they'll just welcome you and make you a classic cocktail and a phenomenal bar with about 300 different gins in it, and then take you around and show you the beautiful still they've got operating and making a stunning gin. Now, Dorothy Parker was a very famous female playwright. She was a playwright, a poet, and she was also a journalist in the New York Times in the 30s. She sat at the Algonquin Round Table, which was a table of the elite social and sort of artists of the time in New York, just post-Prohibition America. She's got a few very famous sayings. One of them, the most famous, is about martinis. She says, "I love a martini, 2 at the very most. After 3 I'm under the table, after 4 I'm under my host." She then, it's really good. After that, she pursued a career in Hollywood. She was friends with James Dean, and she received an Academy Award nomination. She's in a few very famous films. So what they've added here in her honour is elderberries and hibiscus. It was the first gin in the world to use hibiscus, and it's one of my favourite things. I fell in love with hibiscus in Mexico, eating it and drinking it. It's one of the best things in the world for your liver. And if you drink a lot of alcohol, like I do, I'm like, you guys might as well, being in the industry. The best thing in the world to detoxify your liver is hibiscus tea. And yeah, I drink it regularly, and mark my words, it made me feel amazing. So they're using the dried flowers here in the botanical blend. So there's more of the elderberry than the hibiscus. The 8 botanicals are juniper, lemon, orange peel, coriander, cardamom pods, sweet cinnamon, cassia bark, as it's called, as it's known, and elderberries and dried hibiscus petals. Really floral, that's super floral. It's nowhere near as complex as the 47, with the 47 botanicals. It's got a lovely floral note that we were talking about earlier. But it's a freaking good gin, really unique. And it's American. They don't call it London gin. They call it American dry gin. They're doing their own style.
And where is the distillery?
St. Peter's, not St. Williamsburg. St. Petersburg in Russia. St. Williamsburg in Brooklyn.
So you can go and
it's rocking up. And they are, you think New York, what's the distillery doing in New York? In Prohibition, throughout the 20s, there was over 10,000 stills operating in New York. And they weren't making whiskey, because when alcohol's illegal, you don't want 100 barrels of whiskey out the back of your shop. They'll be making gin.
Move it.
So there's a real history there with distilling gin in New York. And that's what they wanted to do, is bring that history back. So
it's exceedingly dry.
It's really dry,
It's super dry.
Yeah.
But that's the scowl at your bottle of vermouth and just stir and strain.
They're using a lot of rye in the base spirit, which is bringing lots of spice and fruit flavour as well.